Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Rogue Deck of the Week showcase featuring Copperajah Munkidori. We talked about this in our latest podcast episode, so if you haven't had a chance to take a look at it, please take a listen. We go ahead and talk about three Pokemon that we think are being overutilized in the trading card game right now, and then three that we think are being underutilized. And I really like this deck, and this is a great example of how some of the overutilized cards have a really good purpose in a deck, and then a underutilized card is serving a great reason for being in the deck. So I just want to use the Copperajah deck to kind of showcase all that once. So as I mentioned, we are playing Copperajah EX. It is a stage 1 metal type Pokemon with a 300 HP, so a little tanky here, tanky stage 1. It has the bronze body ability, which reads this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And I want to just highlight the wording when it just says from attacks. Does not specify if it's from our Pokemon or our opponents. That will be important later on with this deck list. And with 2 metal and a colorless, it has a nose quake attack for 260, and the effect of it is this attack also does 30 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. So that goes back to our bronze body ability. If we have another Copperajah on our bench, it blocks that 30 damage done from the nose quake. So that can help with our math a little bit. So you may be asking, well, why are you using Nosequake? It does damage to your board. It helps set up like your opponent's Dragapult better, or different snipe options. Like, why would you do that to yourself? Well, we're doing that because we do play a Munkidori. We play 4 of these, and the Adrenal Brain ability is just so strong. I know we talked about how this is being very overutilized, and I'm not really a fan of the Munkidori. I made my case in our podcast episode, but in this deck, it makes a strong argument of why this card is so important, because with the Nosequake, we get the 30 damage on the Munkidori, we put a dark energy on our Munkidoris, and then we can just take that energy off and set up some nice easy KOs, because 260 is a good number, but it's not the best number, so the Munkidoris help us get there. So we play a 4 line of that, a 4-3 line of the Cufant. We do play a 1-1 of the Duraludon Archaludon. This is a very good late game support Pokemon where if we don't have the metal energy in play, we can easily use the Assemble Alloy ability to get that energy on, and then just do a manual attachment since our Copperajah only needs 3 energy to attack. Another late game card for us is the Bloodmoon Ursaluna EX. This card is in a lot of decks. You should know what this card does by now, but the Bloodmoon for 240 with the Seasoned Skill ability, it's just so good in the late game. So we have a 1 copy here. So the new addition that I have in my list compared to some of the other lists that have seen success is I do play the Genesect with the Ace Nullifier. I am a big advocate for this card. I think blocking your opponent's ability to use their ace spec, it's too important not to include, especially when you play a deck like Copperajah that tends to be a little more heavy on the tool cards. So having a tool card on here that we're not going to use, place it on the Genesect, and then boom, we have the ability in play. And worst case scenario, because this is a metal Pokemon with a metal energy attachment or criteria in the attack cost, we can attack with this in a pinch. Not necessarily the best play, to be honest, but it is a play that we have versus other decks that utilize the Genesect that they don't have. So I like the Pokemon lineup here. It's very straightforward. You know what you're gonna do, and you can play the Genesect to block the unfair stamps, your opponent's Precious Trolleys, whatever they have, and then that just becomes a dead card until they take that out. And if they're taking this out, they're not taking out your main attacker. So speaking of ace specs, the A-Spec for choice in this list is the Precious Trolley. It just helps set up, ideally you want to go second, play an Arven, because we do play 4 Arvens, get your trolley, get a tool card out, and just get your board set up and get going from there. So speaking of Arvens, we'll go to our support real quick, or our supporters. We play 4 Arvens in this list, 2 Boss for the late game easy KOs, 1 Crispin. I have experimented with 2 Crispin in here, but I think 1 is just enough to get your energy on board if you're in a pinch. 2 Ionos for hand disruption and search, and then 2 research just so you can go through your deck really quick. And then with the Arven, obviously we play some tools here. So in this we play 2 Heavy Baton because Copperajah is a retreat cost of 4. Attach it to our Copperajah. If it's KO'd, we can move our energy to our bench Pokemon any way we like. So it's a good way to recycle our energy. We play TM Turbo Energize. This is what we want to grab in the early game with our Arven first turn. Get the energy on board, either set up your Cufant for next turn, get your Munkidori ready to do the Adrenaline Brain, whatever we may need, we have the energy to do that. And then I play a 1-of Rescue Board. This is another new addition to this list that I added. I like it because you can obviously attach it to your Genesect to get the Ace Nullifier, but you can also attach it to your Munkidoris and make that a free retreat pivoter as well. You wouldn't want to put it on your Duraludon or Archaludon because that's 2 retreat costs. Same thing, obviously, you don't want to put on your Copperajah. But there's other Pokemon we can utilize for that free retreat and make it our pivoter, because we do not play Mew, we do not play a Cleffa, a Badoo, so we need to find a way to go in and out of our active if we need to. So we'll go to the items. We play 1 Earthen Vessel. We play Energy Switch. This is the most important, one of the most important items we play is the Energy Switch. We can move our Dark Energy if we have to attach it to our Copperajah, to our Munkidori, so we can manually attach another Metal Energy. We can Energy Switch Dark Energy between our Munkidori, so we can do 2 Adrenaline Brains in 1 turn. This gives us a lot of options with what we can do. So I tried playing this with less, and it does not work. You need the 4 Energy Switch. Play 3 Night Stretcher, trying to get our Pokemon or energy back into play. 4 Pokégear, just so we can get our supporters, because we are a little leaner on our supporters. And interesting enough, the only Pokemon search other than the Precious Trolley we have is the Ultra Ball. So typically we'll see maybe some Nest Balls, Buddy Puffin. We only do the Ultra Ball. One being we don't have the space for the Nest Ball, and really the Precious Trolley gets us what we need, and we can really rely on either Iono or Arven or Professor's Research to get what we need to get our Pokemon in play. And then for our energy count, we have 7 Metal, 4 Dark, and I do play 1 Psychic Energy, so if we need to use Mind Bend, we have that option. But yeah, very straightforward list. It did well in Sevilla a couple weeks ago, gained top 128 with a similar list, and then obviously I got this from a online Twitter list that actually won a big online tournament. I really enjoyed this deck. It is very tanky. You're not losing automatically for the most part. The plays with the Nosequake and the really good use of Munkidoris, it makes you think, it makes you do different line of plays, and also makes your opponent think. They're not used to seeing this card, so they may not be familiar with what it does, and you have the advantage there. It's something we talk about with a lot of rogue decks. We play decks that people don't know what they do, so because of it we can get an easy 1 or 2 prize lead in the beginning and just use that momentum to carry on throughout the rest of the match. So let's go into some games, see how Copperajah Munkidori does on the ladder, and see the power of the Nosequake attack with our tanky elephant. Okay everyone, we're into our next game with Copperajah Munkidori. Okay, oh, we get to choose, and we'll go second. We want to use the Arven. Okay, well, we have a decent starting hand, actually. We're going second. I don't care if they see what we're doing. I just don't want to get donked. So we're not getting donked. We're playing with Teal Mask. So is this Hydrapple? It is Hydrapple. So we're not going to be able to one-shot that right now, because they are really tanky, but they need a lot to set up, and we can take out all their supporting Pokemon instead. So let's see how this goes. Okay, our turn. We are going to play Arven, see if we have our trolley, and we do have a trolley, and we have TM Turbo Energize. So we will grab those and we will set up our board, even though a lot of it's already set up. So we can probably get at least one more Munkidori. We'll get that, then... I'd rather wait in the Genesect. I'd rather get another... Yeah, I'll get another Cufant out. And then we'll Earthen Vessel. I'm glad we have this card. We'll take out the Ultra Ball. We don't really need that right now. And we'll grab out these. And yeah, we'll just Turbo Energize and get some energy in play. And we'll just load up a Cufant. And we'll be good to go for next turn. So if they take out this dude, we'll have this lined up because we have the Copperajah in hand with a Dark Energy. I'd rather put the Dark Energy on a Munkidori, but it is still a good option. We can always Energy Switch it back off. We can figure that out. Because if they're going to attack us, they're going to knock us out. So there's no need to get Munkidori set up right now. We can hold off a little bit on that. Even with playing with the resistance, they're doing 120, 160, minus 30. They're still knocking us out. So at least we have this Cufant as a backup. So we just need to be careful, but if we can take out this Ogerpon, that slows them down a lot because their attack is based on how many energy is in play with the Hydrapple. So unless they have Rare Candy, so it looks like they're getting this dude set up. So we can slow them down enough because, yeah, they need a lot of energy in play to really do some heavy damage. And we're already really bulky, and we play with resistance on our side. So we need to try to limit their energy as much as possible. And I feel like with our setup, we're in a good spot. Yes, we're sacrificing the Cufant, but we have another one set up. Yeah, so they're just going to attack us. I knew they were going to do that. And that puts an energy in the discard too. So if we get the Archaludon, that just makes it even more powerful. So we will evolve. I'm just going to attach. That way we can attack for turn. And do I want to... I'd rather research and get more cards. Okay. So I am going to Ultra Ball away a Pokégear and I'll do Archaludon because we can always get that back. And I'm gonna get Genesect because I don't know what their A spec is, but I want to slow them down as much as we can. And we're just gonna Nosequake. We have the Dark Energy for next turn to start moving stuff around. I probably should have used Iono. We knew they had the Hydrapple in play, and we're not going to be able to one-shot that. But I'm assuming they probably played 3 or 4, so getting one shouldn't be hard for them. They have a lot of outs to it. They play Bug Catching Set, they play Ultra Ball, they probably play their own Iono or Research, so yes, we probably could have disrupted them. Was it going to do anything? Most likely not. We're already making them a lot less powerful by taking out their main Pokemon that had a lot of energy on there. So yeah, they're getting energy out, but they need to get they need to get their Ogerpons out. They need to they have a lot they need to do. So we'll see what they do. So they got the Hydrapple. So they do 30 damage as soon as they Ripen Charge. So they do 30 damage for each energy attached to all their Pokemon. So right now they're only doing what, 120? Yeah, because they have 4 in play. 120 minus 30, minus 60 because of Bronze Party. So they're not doing anything to us. So they're yeah, we're making them use a boss. Taking out Munkidori, which if I were them, I would have took out the Genesect. Because that's not really advancing their board state. Because now we're tied in prizes, but I can easily move energy around. Because really, I can get another Munkidori and put more damage on there. So I'm going to evolve this dude. I'm going to attach Dark Energy to Munkidori. I'm going to start getting some energy off the board. So I'll do that. Kind of tempted to get away, find a way to get I can play Arven and get another Munkidori. So I want Arven, get Night Stretcher and Heavy Baton. That's perfect. So we're gonna Night Stretcher, a Munkidori. Put the Heavy Baton on the Copperajah. That way we can start setting up some shenanigans and get some more energy off the board here. And then we're just going to Nosequake. I know it's not enough. We're 10 short. Honestly, we probably could have took out that Applin and kind of make them start from square one again. But I'm not too worried because we can take that out, and whatever they put on there we can take out again. And really, we can get a 4 prize turn next turn and end the game because we can boss up that Ogerpon. So they need to Iono us, or they need to hand disrupt us, because if they knock out this Copperajah, which I don't think they will, we have the Heavy Baton, we can put it on this Copperajah, and we're good to go. So they are healing, but we can do 260. It's not a big deal. They have 40 left, so we can easily do Munkidori on them. Long we get another Dark Energy, which we have 2 here. We can check to see if the other 2 are in our deck, and they just concede. We got set up too quick, we got moving, and we showed how well Copperajah can do, especially against a lot of the grass decks out there right now. We have that resistance. Ooh, excuse me. We got that resistance, and Braw's Body takes 30 less, so we are we're in a good position when it comes to these grass type Pokemon. So we'll go into the next game and see how Copperajah does with that. Okay, y'all, we're heading to another game with Copperajah. I love playing with this tanky elephant. So we win the coin toss. We're going to go second and just cross our fingers that we have that Arven and energy in hand, and we can get going. So we got what we needed, except for a basic Pokemon. But it doesn't show them what we're playing. So we still have the sneakiness here. They didn't see any Pokemon. So we'll see what they're doing. They'll get a mulligan. We actually had to do 3 mulligans, so it shows that we play Copperajah. But we got what we want to start with. Hopefully we don't get donked. If we don't, we got what we needed, and just hope that Precious Trolley is in the deck. But they have a massive hand, that all those mulligans, and we play a decent amount of supporters, and they're playing a poison package, so donk is on the table. I think they need to, actually, I think the most they can do is 100. But we'll see. They're going to poison us. So be it. Don't really have any retreating options. Maybe adding a switch may be beneficial, but they have a kind of slower start. But that guy can get powered up really quick. So we're going to do our Arven, see if Trolley is here, Energizer is here, we got our Heavy Baton, we got our rescue board. We are golden. Let's get this board set up here. So Trolley. We'll get a couple Cufants. Genesect. We prize our Archaludon. So do I want to hide? I may hide the Genesect, but we'll see. No, I think we're good. I like this setup. So, attach triple Energize. We'll attach the energy. Kind of wish we had a dark energy attached, because we could have energy switch, get this damage on, but at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. So we're just going to TM Turbo Energize. And we'll get a Cufant set up. I probably could have spread out the energy, because I do have that Crispin. But they need to, they need to boss this up. They're not going to. They don't play counter catcher, and if they do is not live, they're actually gonna probably knock us out first, and then we'll just come back with the Nosequake and kind of eliminate their board. They play Trolley themselves, so this Genesect is now just a dead card. I probably should have waited, because I could have put another Cufant in play, but this is a nice attacker if we are in the pinch. So yeah, I probably should have waited on that, unless I had that energy or had that tool in hand. But we live and learn. We'll see. They may just not think about this, but... So they get the whole package out, and they play... Oh, this is interesting. Massive? I want to see what that does. That is an interesting add to this list. I'm not used to seeing that with the Okidogi. So... They play Luminous Energy. So they're going to try to poison us. Okay. Interesting. I see what they're going. They're probably trying to protect their Okidogi. That is their main attacker. So let's see. We will promote. Got another energy switch. We will do that. I'd rather get the boss if I can, but I need the energy. I don't have another energy. And we got the boss. I wish we had the energy in play. I'm gonna fail that. I am gonna Iono. As much as I want to use Crispin. And we don't get punished. So we'll play the Heavy Baton. I'll play the Dark Energy, because that way when Heavy Baton procs, we can move it to the Munkidori. And really there's not much else we can do. We'll just get the easy knockout. I'd rather it be on the Okidogi, but we have time for that. See what our prize card is. We got another TM Turbo Energize, which is not really going to be helpful for right now. We got our setup. So they do the Petron, but they have that subjugating chain. So what they're probably going to do is put a Mochi on their Okidogi, use subjugating chains, get that up there, and attack. But they don't have any energy on board. I think they were kind of being cautious with their energy. They do play Janine's Secret Art, but that doesn't really accelerate your energy, because you can't do that and do. So they're just trying to go for the poison route. So they're trying to get on there. They're going to attack with this dude, I guarantee you. Because they do play a decent amount of energy, so they only use one darkness. No, interesting. So they are going to bring him up. Do they have an energy switch to power him up? Oh no, they're just going to wall. So if we get a boss at this time, we can boss him up and kind of slow them down. Doing this, yeah, it hurts us, but we have the dark energy. Yeah, we can probably get all this off. Actually, we can do that. They die to poison and they can't proc their own Copperajah. That will be very interesting. So let's do that. So we're going to get this off. We have the energy switch. This is going to be fun. Kind of use their own strategy against them. They're going to die to poison. We can't TM Turbo Energize. That would have been cool to kind of get more energy in play. Oh, boss. $130 to $260. I could get 2 prizes and just leave that and kind of force their hand. Because if I die of poison, Heavy Baton doesn't proc, so we have to watch out for that. But we kind of force them on this because they have 10 damage. They can't poison themselves to knock me out, because then they get knocked out. But now their Pheasantipity does proc, but we're ahead up in the prizes. I think we're in a decent spot. We may need to slow down and play safe for a couple turns. We do have a Munkidori ready. They're not taking multiple Pokemon out, so that's good. Next turn, we can easily take out that Petron if we need to. Go down to 2 prize cards. They're playing Arven. I wonder if they're trying to get another Okidogi out and get that powered up. So they only play one Janine's Secret. They only play one Energy Switch. So they have the resources, and their hand is massive too. So they're in a Night Stretcher. Back to Okidogi. They'll probably play. Oh, they can't play Janine's Secret. They already use Arven. So they're probably gonna poison, I would think, because if they promote that, I wouldn't, because I can knock that out. I'm doing 260. Oh, why would you do that, man? Buddy, you're knocking yourself out. Giving me 2 easy prizes. I only need to take two more prizes, my friend, and they can see. They saw their mistake. But yeah, as soon as we can set up, we are good. So that was a great way, using their strategy against them. That was really funny. So, but yeah, once Copperajah is good, it's hard to really stop this elephant. So we'll go into our next match and see how we end up. Okay, everyone, welcome to our next game with Copperajah Munkidori. I'm having a blast playing this deck. It is tanky, it's offensive, it's defensive, it has everything you need. The strategy isn't as straightforward, so you do think with this deck. We're 3 for 3 with coin flips. We're gonna go second and hope for the great hand that we always do. Our opening hand, it is doable. I'll say that. I like starting with the Munkidori because if we lose that, I'm not too upset. And we're playing against a Hops deck. So I'm wondering if this is the Hops spread or if this is Archaludon with Hops. So we will see. The nest ball will give us hopefully an indication of that. But this is a deck that wants to go second because they can put some heavy damage and pressure really quick with that Hops choice band. So, oh, that doesn't tell me anything. And that doesn't, so they're slow. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to research and just hope for a better hand. I wish we had the Arven. We don't get the Arven. We'll get another Munkidori out. I'll save the Night Stretcher to get the Copperajah. I'm going to get rid of, yeah, I'll get rid of these. I'm going to get an Archaludon because I can power up the Copperajah in 1 turn, I believe. Just so we can get a setup. Put that there. And we'll just pass. We're having a little bit of a slower start, but so are they. If this is an Archaludon list, they don't have any Duraludons out, so they're not attacking right away. If this is a like the true Hops list, it can be scary, but right now we have a single 5 board state, so I'm not too worried. And they just played Arven, so they're not bossing up my Cufant that has energy on there. They're going to go after the Munkidori, which is fine. So it looks like they're trying to get the Hopsation out, and they can attack without any energy. They have the Latias in play, so that Snorlax can retreat, even though it's a bulky boy with 4 retreat cost. The Skyliner ability kind of gets not rid of it, but it overrides it. So they're going to hit us for 60 right now, unless they get Potswick. No, I think it's 90. They're hitting us for 90. If they get the Potswick, they're one-shotting us. So they don't. They're just going to hit us. We're surviving. If we can get Heavy Baton, okay. Let's see what Pokégear gives us. Okay. The Crispin will guarantee. I'm gonna go for the Arven. Because I'm going to Night Stretcher for the Copperajah. Get that evolved. That way they can't easily take that out with Instant Strike or anything like that. Then I'll put that on there so if they promote it. I'll get the Arven. We'll get Trolley. And that... Ooh. And we don't have energy to attack, though. I wonder if I save Trolley for a little bit. Get Energizer and Vessel. No, that doesn't work either. Because we need something to discard. I'm just going to get some energy in play. And we're just going to soften up this Hops, unfortunately. I know they're going to take us out, but... Because I can retreat into that, but there doesn't matter. I want to let the Munkidori be a sacrificial lamb here. I probably should have got the Crispin. At least get the Copperajah set up. But I kind of forced them to either take out this Munkidori or do something else. So they can't do 300 to me. Really 330 because of the bronze body. Yeah, so they have nothing. They're just trying to put damage in play. They get rid of that. Okay, cool. Okay, what do we have? Slower start, but it is what it is. Slowly but surely, we're chipping away the Zacian. It's one of those games where, not necessarily playing chicken, our hand isn't the best, but we're still managing to do stuff. So they're going to Hyper Blower. I'm just going to give him the Archaludon. I'm not too worried about it. It would have been great to use the Archaludon, but I don't want to lose the Munkidori that quick. They're not retreating. They have a 2 retreat cost. Oh no, I forgot they have Latias, so they're trapping us. But it is what it is. Like, okay, let them trap us. I can still attack. Because they're not doing any damage to us. I can attack and just try and knock them out. I'm not sure if they realize that play for me. Do that. Attach here. And then I can hammer in. For 30 more, get them 60. They're going to keep cornering me just to trap me, but this isn't really going to help their board state because I can eventually knock out the Maractus, and they're not doing any damage to me. So yeah, so they're just going to that. They realize that it's not beneficial. I'm just going to try to get that knocked out next turn. Put energy on the Copperajah. And I'll just hit for 30. This guy's going to get knocked out. That's fine. I still have the Munkidori to knock out their Maractus. I have another energy to knock out their Zacian. Hopefully that just puts me ahead by in the prize race. But that Cram, that is scary, man. I wish there was another way to get past that, but there isn't with this deck. So they'll take another prize, but I'm going to get 2 prizes, really 3 prizes. They don't know that. They're thinking I'm not drawing well, which I'm not, but I'm playing this. This is not a bad hand. So we will Adrenabrain off this. Get a prize card with their Maractus. See what that gives us. Ultra Ball. And get some energy here. Don't think it really matters what I put in my hand. I want to save the energy. I don't want the show in my hand. Actually, yeah, I'll save it. I don't want to be too out of touch with what I need to do. So we had 3 prize cards that turn. We got Genesect TM Turbo Energize. That's cool. Don't think they played their A-Spec yet. I don't remember what A-Spec it is in this list. Haven't really played this too much. This is something that Devin's actually been tinkering with. I've been doing other decks. But if I get like a rescue board, I can put that on Genesect and nullify their stuff. Speaking of which, that could be an option. Okay. So I'll easily take that out. I wonder if this time, at this point in the game, like I go after their Latias, because I'm taking that out. Gonna do Genesect, play the Arven, get that. And I think it's time to get Precious Trolley out. Put that on there, get Trolley, and just fill up my bench. Oh, this is fun. I get to do Adrenabrain one more time. And then Nosequake. Get rid of that. I'm not sure what they can do here on out. They can't use any more crayons. That was their one time they can do it. If they knock me out with their Pokemon, all my energy, I'm just going to put it on one of my Copperajahs, or my Cufants. I have the Ultra Ball in hand to get another Copperajah. I have 2 Munkidori set up to move damage around. As I mentioned, yeah, and they concede. They couldn't do anything. So when we get this deck rolling, it is great. Nothing can stop us. Even a spread deck. Spread doesn't do anything when we're taking so much damage. So I'm glad that we had a great time with this deck. And yeah, just even though we like Hopsian, it's no match for Copperajah. Okay, everyone. That was the elephant in the room, Copperajah EX. When you get this deck set up, it is very hard to deal with. We are very tanky, so even the most powerful attacks, yes, they're 2-shotting us, but we can move that damage around. We can manipulate and get it set up in our favor. If we can pull off that Precious Trolley at the right time with TM Turbo Energize, it is so powerful. This is a very fun deck to play. I may play this again at my next challenge. I did this in my last challenge, and even though I didn't do well, my matches were close. This is based on your setup. I will say that, like, if you want something super consistent, I would say Copperajah is probably in the middle of consistency. As you saw, like, I was able to get my board set up, and it's okay if we go a little slower with this deck. But it's not going to be like a Raging Bolt or even a Roaring Moon where they can get so aggro really quick. And even against the aggro decks, we saw against Okidogi, which is supposed to be really, really fast, we were able to just play around that. They can't really knock us out, and if they get a rough start, we can take advantage of it. So I love the Copperajah in this list. I love the Genesect in here. If I will make a change, I will probably cut the Ursaluna for something else. I never use it. Theoretically it makes sense for the late game, but you really want to focus on the Copperajah. So I will probably cut that for something else. As much as I don't like Squawk, maybe Squawkabilly, maybe another Duraludon, or even a Copperajah. But yeah, this is a fun deck. If you have watched this to the very end, thank you. Please like and subscribe. We are on our journey to 100 subscribers. Once we hit that goal, we will do a special Rogue deck tournament of champions, where we will pick some of our favorite Rogue decks that we feature on this channel, and we will play in a small tournament with me and my buddies and see which of the Rogue decks are the king of them all. So thank you. Tell your friends all about us. We're trying to grow, and we appreciate you all watching us and really supporting this channel. So thank you very much, and as always, have fun playing those sneaky decks, y'all.